The Crannog is a reproduction of a Neolithic lakeside dwelling built on piles in the shallow waters of Loch Tay. A walkway connects it to the loch side. The sites of several Crannogs were discovered at the eastern end of the loch. A model shows how the shelter was built on a platform and covered by a thatched roof. The guide assembles her party inside the Crannog. Seats are available, but the wattle walls would be very draughty in winter weather. The floor is insulated using bracken or straw. Additional walls might be built. The bed space is insulated by packing bracken, wool or animal skins between the two wattle walls. Firewood, kindling and thatch material are stored here. A fire was lit on the stone fireplace in the centre of the hut. A wooden tripod stands over the fire. The roof is a beautiful construction of tree stems lashed together. Smoke rises up and escapes through the thatch. There is no chimney. Skins are cured on the walls. Smoked meat is preserved in the dry atmosphere. Perhaps somebody contrived some artwork using materials from the forest. Outside, rain spatters on the canvas shelter as the guide demonstrates wool spinning.
And I'll stop it to stop it going back on itself. And then you just tease out the next piece of wool. And then when I let go my bottom hand, you'll see the spin run up. And you can see it there because there's actually two different colours of wool there. Of course they would tease this out as they went along. Spin runs up, spin runs up. And I have seen black and white photographs of Scottish women doing that, so not that long ago.
Scraps of woven cloth found on the bed of the loch show that wool could be woven into cloth using a simple loom. Stone weights with a hole in the centre are used to stretch the warp threads.
And you just grind away like that. The other way is to take, a smaller stone, is to take your stone and then something like a hard piece of quartz. Hold your stone at an angle, not flat, that way. And peck them, you can see the stuff down there, peck them towards the middle, on both sides. It dries them up the way. Trust me.
Farmers grew wheat, which has to be ground into flour.
You grind backwards and forwards. You can see that beginning to break up now. And this would eventually wear itself into the shape of a saddle. So this gets called a saddle quern. Unfortunately, in doing so, it also grinds up some of the stone, which do eat muesli every morning. The only problem is you have to make it yourself. Or you get rid of the chaff and you end up with a fine flour.
Fire lighting requires some kindling and a piece of wood which could be notched using a flint axe. The parts of a rotary stave have been found in the bed of the loch.
Strictly speaking, you're not actually trying to make fire at the stage. What you're wanting is at an end of the wood.
The hot embers are blown into a flame. "2,000 years ago, the Crannog provided man with shelter and comfort in a harsh climate.